I'm watching you.
All right, as far as injuries go, we got Jalen Royals, excuse me. Xavier Worthy. So those two will practice today. Both are doing better. They're working on it and are making progress, but not ready to go today for sure. Look forward to the challenge of playing the Eagles, good football team, obviously, and they know us, we know them, and it should be a heck of a game. For that time's yours.
And is surgery under consideration for Xavier?
No, not right now.
What about short-term injury reserve for Worthy?
He's just rehab.
There's still some optimism that maybe Jalen Royals might be available this week, or early to say.
Yeah, probably not, but a stretch.
How did you feel like that the receiver group in general responded, especially Taekwon, with having to be step into a bigger role?
Yeah, I thought all the guys did a good job. You know, they kept us in the game there. So I thought they did well catching the ball a few yards after the catch. And Juju included in that bunch. Hollywood had a big day. It was good to get him back in the swing.
Andy, obviously, since it's a new season, does the Super Bowl hold any strategic benefit at all in terms of what you study and tendencies and such for this time around?
Well, I think we know them and they know us. There are going to be wrinkles in there, both teams, but pretty familiar with each other. They have a lot of guys coming back. We have a lot of guys coming back. So, you have that part of it.
And I wanted to ask you about the field goal fire drill at the end of the first half, and we'll talk to Dave about it tomorrow too. But what were the things that had to go right for that to happen?
And normally you say it's about 20 seconds that you need. So in camp, we normally work it right in that area. And we work on it. The thing that gets underlooked, like I mentioned after the game, was Noah exploding back with the football. So that was saving seconds there, which were important in that situation. And that part won't be talked about. So the kick and the hold and the snap and all that, getting guys off the field, the guys on the field. But Noah getting that ball back kind of made the whole thing work. Then Dave was on top of it on the sideline. He and Porter on working the sideline, getting ready for it.
Coach, post game, you said that the team was flat. They didn't really have much energy. Now that you've been away from them for a few days, you put your finger on why that was?
Yeah, there are no excuses for any of us on what took place. So we've got to do better. Energy is one of the things for sure. So.
Coach, on that front kind of play, when you pull that off, the scramble drill for the field goal, I mean, that's an emotional play. I mean, guys know they really executed something. You can't do that unless it's at the end of a half or end of a game, right? So it's tough to carry that momentum forward. But did you feel like you had the emotion coming off that play, being able to execute that so well, and then maybe it's kind of a drain to have it all go out while you sit in halftime?
No, I didn't think we lost that part. No, it was emotional, and that's an exciting thing to do,
Right.
In this game. They'll pull one of those off, especially if it's less than what you think you can get done with, or at least in that danger zone there of not getting it off. But, no, the halftime never had it. No, you just need to play better.
And given the circumstances of the first quarter, is it tough to evaluate your guys' running game at this point? I mean, only 10 carries for, Pacheco and Hunt. Is there something that you maybe saw that you want to sort of expand on this upcoming week?
Not right here, no.
But I mean, is it difficult to evaluate?
We need to do better in that starting off.
Last year, what do you remember that you and Brett liked in Taekwon to originally bring him here, and just how do you feel like he's been ready for this moment of getting elevated?
Yeah. So Brett liked him. And then I mentioned before, I think that Bill Belichick called me and talked to me about him. He was a good football player. And so Brett was bringing him in, and Bill kind of said, hey, this guy's really got great potential. So,
What do you think has led to maybe that chemistry with Pat with the downfield pass, and they were able to convert one of the three the other night?
Yeah. He's fast. He's a big target. So She runs good routes.
We'll go across the room. Go ahead, Todd.
As you went back and watched the left side of the offensive line, the young guys especially, what did you like or not like about what you saw Friday night?
Yeah, so I like the effort they put in, and there were more good plays than there were bad plays. And some great things to learn from, and some things that they did, I thought, very well. So, you know, it was progress. So they'll keep growing and move on.
Coach, there were a couple of moments talking about the emotion of the game that there was some emotion between the teammates. You know, I know Kelsey and Juwan, it looked like that with some little words, and Drew and Chris. In a game that's a situation like that, is it sometimes to be expected? I mean, are there moments where you're okay with that?
It's an emotional game, so, you know, that's all part of it. The guys are, you know, they pull for each other, they get after each other, and that's all part of it. So, when guys do good, they jump around and how good they did, so it's all part of it. You know, time and a place for everything.
Sorry.
Coach, is there one side of the ball when you play that first game? I know you have a history, you know, Jim Harbaugh's not his first game. You all, as coaching staff, you have a history there, but everybody's, you know, trying to reinvent themselves in an off season. Does one side of the ball have an advantage in that opening game when there's not current this year tape? Is it easier to?
Seems like it's
offense?
on the defensive side, but as you look at this past weekend, with all the teams, it looked like it was more of the offensive side throughout the day. Normally it's the other way around.
We'll go last couple, Nick and then Sam. Go ahead, Nick.
Andy, with Xavier going down like that, I know it's nice man up, but whenever you're in that situation, how much adjustment happens that we don't realize from a play calling perspective?
Yeah, it's just making sure guys are in the right positions. We're lucky that's a pretty smart group that stepped in there, so they were, Brett's done a good job of bringing guys in that we feel comfortable playing with. Most of all, the quarterback feels comfortable with. So it's been a plus, and then they work all the situations and the substitutions all the time. They do it during training camp. Everybody gets a chance to play during training camp. It's in that first group, per se, so. I bet they handled that well. We had a lot of different formation.
And maybe this is too scheme related, but a lot of quick throws in that game. Wonder if that was the intention going in or just the way things worked out based on what you guys were seeing.
Yeah, some of both, right? I'll tell you, it was, I thought that we had an opportunity there. At the same time, we had a couple shots in there too, so. But the way it played out, there's some opportunities there.
Good. Thanks, Coach.
Let's go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what? So we were in that back room for like approximately more than 05, I would guess, right? 6 o'clock was from the room, and the late show does want to stop there. On rematch, he didn't do anything, and the Pat says. It's usable.
Well, I mean, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't even, you know.
I just one time wanted Andy to read come in here, dodge my hair, and he's never done it, very exciting. He just never. I mean, me and Andy go back friends at this point, I don't know. Oh, yeah, you didn't have fat friends in kindergarten, they're like.
Oh,
You know somebody a long time, you go back like this, right?
Only in the bottom.
What, were yours not flat on one side, didn't roll off the desk, because my dexterity was not cat-like in kindergarten. Oh, no, we had flat ones, big fat flat ones. Didn't roll off the desk. I mean, I grew up in Ohio, but we were not backwoods, and we did pretty well.
And other things just to sit there and stare at it. You know, very. Yes.
Sentences were a lot shorter today.
Nate, like. They gave it to me. I can dial into it. Okay.
Yeah, I got the IFB, I think. I haven't done that before, so let's see.
Yeah, it would be an obvious 1 second delay to your own mouth, which sometimes throw people off. If you don't want it, I can easily just drop it down where you're going. If the thing's gonna mess you up, like some people like. It's just like see you roll, like
Right.
whatever. you
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
Okay.
I can.
All right, so you're talking to Christine Blanks, if you have to.
Jordan's. Like, operates on caffeine, right?
I had trouble sleeping by myself. I watched another feature. It was like rock to New York. It was an 8C and I put this thing about 2:30 and I had to sleep around wake up for my 5:35, but my south my fly back, 8:20. And then go back to sleep.
Right. Southwest is still doing that, huh? They're still doing
It's
it.
not as bad as like leaving Vegas, but then you can wait for the 15 people miraculously can like walk, they get their fat ass off the plane, and then you walk down there ahead of me, even though I'm sitting in.
Feels great. It's great to be in a new city.
I've been healed now that I'm sitting in row 1. Can't wait to this start. I can't wait to sleep on seat, man. I cannot wait.
I'm like, Instagram's gold. Man, if you listen to St. Louis, it's like, this is kind of the world we live in, and it's just like, they're still doing it. They're still doing like, it's 24 hours. Just you do up a flight. Did you remember? It's like, yes. I would hope so. I booked it.
Yeah. Stars for top for shoes to always put it down for how many one wear it.
It's all about status though.
It really is. But I mean, if I'm told it's just very interesting to see how that's gonna go. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I know. Very good. And you want to.
Yes. Sums up. Yeah. Remember the big board days. Why? When? What? Where?
Here.
How?
When I saw that, I was like,
Fundamentals.
I want to, I'm just gonna see it. I'm gonna see him. I don't need the comments, but I know what he's looking for. Because sometimes, yeah, like, yeah.
Good to have a,
That's why I'm teaching.
it's good to have a second job. It's good to have a second job. In this economy, it's good to have a second job. This economy.
Oh, the joys of teaching.
Yeah.
That's the argument, some way.
Love the children.
Love the children.
It's like I got a defensive end of my class, and I'm like, buddy, I would focus on the books if I were you.
Hmm.
You know, how'd the game go this weekend?
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
62-7. You got beat by Friends. 62-7. A school called Friends.
Half football for us.
That Friends has the triple option, baby.
They don't sound very friendly.
That's one thing. Yeah. That's one thing.
All right, guys, fire away.
Patrick, I guess you had to look back at the film of the Super Bowl, considering your opponent this weekend, just overall. What do you see the differences, and do you have to just remind yourself like, okay, that's in the past. We got this team to focus on this week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's with every single game that you play. But this is a really good football team. I mean, there's no way around it. They're good at every aspect on defense and obviously on offense as well. And it's to take our best football. And so you learn from the mistakes that you make. That's part of playing the game. Is you learn from your failures. It's like you learn from the positive things that you do, and you try to come back and play better football this week. And so take our best football to go out there and get a win.
How much did you feel Xavier just going down early really impacted, what you guys want to do in that first half maybe last week?
I think it's more just getting guys into the right spots. I mean, obviously you try to rep and give guys opportunities at every single receiver position, but there's limited reps. And so when you have an injury, you have guys going in different spots. They haven't got those reps in before, but I thought the guys did well as the game went on of adjusting to that, stepping up and making plays. And I thought they did really good in that second half of giving us a chance to go out there and try to get a win.
Patrick, how much on your own did you watch the Super Bowl in the weeks afterwards, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, I watch every game after, so you have to learn from it. I mean, that it sucks that you lose the game, but in order to progress and to be better next time, you have to watch it and learn from it. And so I don't know the exact amount of times, but you watch it and then you watch it in the off season with the team and with the coaches, and then you watch it obviously this week as well. And so they had a great game plan. They played hard and did a great job of disrupting my timing. And so I have to learn from that, find ways to get the ball in my hand, and then when the opportunities are there, I think that's something I did miss early in the game. Was there was opportunities to make plays, and you got to make those plays. Because if you don't, they're not going to allow those opportunities again.
And when you're watching, is it just informational or is it emotional or in any way? Are you just kind of coldly breaking it down or what's that feel like?
I think it's just more informational. I mean, the emotion kind of happens for about a week after the game, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have failures in this league. It's about how you respond from those failures, and that's something that's important in anyone's career. But for me, I got to continue to push to be even better, so that I don't make those same mistakes whenever I get the opportunity to again.
Patrick, if I'm understanding you correctly, based on the early portion of that game, are you trying to get yourself to be more comfortable with like maybe exposing some risk, taking some risks, being bolder earlier in games? Obviously you can't, foresee Xavier's injury occurring, but is that one of the biggest takeaways? Is just being a little bit more bolder earlier in games?
I think just you got to pick and choose the right spots. I mean, I think you can't be too much one way or another. And so finding that right balance of attacking downfield, but still keeping the chains moving and not putting the ball in harmful situations is something that's important to every quarterback. And so I think at the end of last year, at certain points, I wasn't taking those chances that I could have. And so I try to do better at that going into this season and try to do better at that this last game. And obviously I'll keep working with that throughout my career, but it'll be important this week as much as any because they have good players everywhere on that defense. And so it's about accepting that challenge and going out there and executing at a high level.
Patrick, how did you just assess that level or that topic in the first game? I know the Chargers, the defense they played forced some things. How did you just assess that aspect in that game?
I thought I did a good job for the most part. Obviously they did good in the first half, missed a couple shots. But once I hit that one to Taekwon down the sideline towards halftime, I thought from then on I did a good job of kind of recognizing when to take shots, when to hit the stuff underneath, and just getting the ball out to guys and letting them make plays. And so just trying to do that faster so that we're not in that deficit. It will be important this week, especially with how they play football and how they can run the ball and throw the ball as well on their side of the football. So being better from the beginning and not just kind of as the game goes on.
How did your offensive line play, you think, as you look back at the tape from the other night?
So they did a good job. It's always tough when you're behind because the defensive line gets the pass rush and do their games and stunts and stuff like that. But I thought throughout the game they did a really good job against a really good defensive line, and that does a lot of good things. And so they'll continue to get better and better. They're young. They got a lot of experience to kind of gain from that first game, but now they'll have another challenge with a really good defensive line they're facing this week.
Patrick, I know one of the big themes has been being flat and how you guys came out flat. How much of it though is like, I mean, you also weren't effective, right? On either side of the ball, they were kind of getting the better of you. I mean, how much of that emotion comes from being successful, making a big play, getting a guy loose off the edge and sacking the other team's quarterback, or one of your running backs running over three guys? Like, how much of that emotion comes from having plays that work on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. But I think in order to be great, you have to be able to bring that emotion when things aren't going well. I mean, anyone can be hyped whenever a big play happens. That's part of life in general. But whenever things not going your way, how are you going to respond? And I think that's important for championship teams is being able to bring that energy whenever things are going your way. Because it's not always going to be great. It's not always going to be winning by big scores. It's about responding to that moment and what that moment needs.
Patrick, there was a couple times bringing the energy that maybe didn't look great on TV. Travis and Jawan talking a little bit at the end of the game with Chris and Drew and all that stuff. You guys had a big long flight back, been in the building now for a couple of days. What's the attitude of the team like right now with the big game ahead of you and kind of?
Yeah, I think guys are ready to go. It's football. It's passionate. We love the game. I'd rather have guys that are passionate about it and want to win than the other way around. And we hold each other accountable. And I think at the end of the day, we know that we love each other. And when you have that, you can hold each other accountable and then push forward to be even better the next time you step on the football field. And so there's no ill will anywhere. It's just a bunch of guys that want to win and want to do whatever they can to win. And so whenever that happens, sometimes passionate moments, outbursts and stuff happen. But at the end of the day, we love each other and we're going to push each other to be even better.
Patrick, just also related to the energy, did you come across anything that made you feel like, oh, this is why? I mean, does it add up in any way to you that why it was like that? And also, do you feel the need to speak to it this week to the guys?
No, I think guys understand. I don't know if you can pinpoint one reason or another. At the end of the day, that's in the past now. It's how can you just learn from it and be better the next time? And so we will have that mindset going into practice this week, try to prepare ourselves to play a good football team. And what better challenge than playing the reigning Super Bowl champions to see where we're at. And so I think guys will be ready to go and knowing that we all got to play our best if we want to find a way to win.
Matt? Patrick, you played a few of these Super Bowl rematches now. How are they different, than a regular game, especially playing one this early in the season?
I think you know the opponent, and even with the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl before and the games we've played in the regular seasons, we know that this is a really good football team and we know that they have a lot of great football players. And so when you play the best of the best, you have to take your game to another level. And so it's not different in a sense of it's a Super Bowl rematch or anything like that. I think it's just different in the sense that you're playing the best of the best. And so how are you going to respond? How are you going to be beaten better and take your game to another level? And so I always think it's fun, playing the best and getting to see where you're at.
Generally speaking, how do you see it?
Like this?
I think if you're playing your first game at Arrowhead against the reigning Super Bowl champions, we got to be some extra juice. I mean, it's our first home game. I'm sure it'll be a cool flyover. You get everything you need, so there's no reason you should come out flat this game.
We'll go last few. Nick, you're up first.
Yeah, Patrick, they're in the second half on a handful of those drives there. It seems like you locked in a way to where it didn't matter the circumstance, situational play call. You're taking over this game and you're going to make it happen. Where does that mindset come from and how do you lock in?
I think you just know you have to score whenever you're playing good football teams and you're down. You have to make the play now. So you take a little bit more risk. You do a little bit different things you might not do early in the game. And so it's about finding that earlier, so that we don't get in that deficit. And so I just like winning. So whenever you're not winning, it's like sometimes you focus in even more because you want to try to find a way to do whatever you can to win.
Because generally speaking, just considering how big this game feels and what happened last game, just how do you feel like your guys' temperament is just going into such a game?
Yeah, I think guys are definitely locked in. I mean, I thought they were locked in last week. So I mean, we have a lot of leaders in this team, guys that don't like losing, and it's about finding a way now of bringing that energy, bringing that right mindset, so that we can play our best football. And thought we did good things in the second half on the offensive side of the ball this last week. But how can we be even better to start the game and carry that through the entire game?
Last two, Sam and Nate.
You didn't get a lot of reps with Hollywood in training camp or preseason. Just wondered how that came out and just the benefit of how much you played with them in week one for what it'll be moving forward now.
Yeah, I think you saw in the game. I think Hollywood just kind of got more and more comfortable as the game went on, and we asked him to do a lot of things. He kind of had to run his routes, Xavier's routes, and kind of all the in between. And so I thought he did a good job of recognizing what he needed to do, recognizing coverages, and making plays happen. And so he'll be big these next couple of weeks as we try to get Xavier back and get Rashid back and everything like that. But it's something I think he's ready for.
Last one, Nate.
Two questions real quick, Pat. I know you have shown more physicality recently in games. Is that something that you actually trained in order to show off more this season? And do you feel like you have to be aggressive maybe because of the way teams might view how you move or how you operate near the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, I always brace for impact. I mean, I think that you have to protect yourself. But I think in this last game, I think we just needed the yards. We needed the ways to score the football, especially at that time in the game. And that's why I think people highlighted the one I got him on, but I really wasn't running out of bounds really the whole second half. And so it's a long season, so I'll try to get back to running out of bounds as much as possible. But that's something I usually do in the playoffs. So I'm just gonna try to manage that throughout the season so I can be there for the playoffs.
Thank you.
No, it's okay.
You tap.
Anytime.
Hey, what's up?
I gotta go.
Okay.
Blue Spring, so. Oh, you're going straight head there.
Where are you today?
CBD American. They have a check. They have a check. I'll
Could you do tomorrow's flight? Jones or something?
I'll see what I can do. See what I can do. We do have, I think it's a Thursday. They're doing a Ryder Cup. The Nick and Jason
Back in Nick and Jay?
game for Ryder Cup.
That's good.
We're gonna be there. I think that's a Thursday. It's either Thursday or Friday. Well, that'll get you dragged out. I know what you're looking for, a free meal plan.
Well, yeah,
See what we can do.
not hiding it. They do.
Good. How are you doing, Blair?
Send me on his way.
I got you. No, take a left or two.
Nick, what has to get better this weekend?
Yeah, I think tackling, obviously, I think we had our 10 minutes tackle, so as we keep progressing every week, we want to kind of knock that number down a little bit. Pass defense, rushing pass, defense working together a little bit. I think my defense is pretty good, but obviously a lot of things to clean up.
What is Steve Spagnuolo's message to you guys, as you come out of that game?
Yeah, man, just trying to get one up next week. Long season. Obviously, we're all the way down to Brazil and want to come back and get a win. It just didn't happen for us this last time. So focus on the next one. Obviously, a lot of things to clean up, and yeah, just working on being 1-0 this week.
Did the Chargers game plan surprise you at all in just the pass rush breakdown specifically?
A little bit. We expected 44 and 42 kind of play. They put 42 down, so kind of changed their philosophy a little bit, and that might just be our the other team. I'll probably see it stuff kind of in the future, but yeah, it's a little bit different than what we expected.
How hard is it to get a pass rush when you're, thinking you're gonna get, a run look and you're kind of set for the run and then they end up dropping back on all those first downs?
Yeah, man, there's a lot of teams in this league that are kind of similar in that running pass looks kind of mirroring, looking the same, and a lot of West Coast teams. Yeah, it's kind of philosophy. Kind of make the runs match your pass, and it's kind of football game. So it's kind of discipline on our part to kind of get our eyes right, kind of transition well, kind of mix it up a little bit in fronts and stunts and stuff like that. But overall, I just think we could just be a tad bit better.
There was a general thought that maybe the Chargers might be run first. I guess, how do you prepare for the unscouted looks of maybe any team, not just the Chargers, but anybody?
Yeah, especially in the first couple of weeks of the season, man. Like everybody has their own new identity. Spent the whole offseason kind of changing, self-scouting, doing those things. So I think one of the biggest things that's going forward is second half adjustments. Kind of going to be big for us. First half, they might change up completely what they did based off of year prior, and just making adjustments and making the whole unit be on time and on target. I think that's gonna be big for us these next couple of weeks.
Can you talk about the Eagles offense and their quarterback?
Yeah, man, they have a lot of playmakers out there, and quarterback obviously been a great player from the last couple of years. Run game, pass, quick throws, deep ball, kind of does a little bit of everything for them. Obviously, they're the playmakers they have. So tremendous challenge for us. So we all 11 hands on deck and discipline and focus and just going out there playing with effort, playing with energy.
Nick, we've heard a lot, football's an emotional game, obviously. Travis Kelce and Juwan Taylor kind of got after each other. Travis kind of got after Juwan. You had Drew Tranquil kind of getting after Chris Jones there. I mean, what's the vibe like in the locker room and what's that like in that moment?
Yeah, man, we're still brothers at the end of the day. Just highly competitive guys. trying to go out there and get wins, and that's kind of the goal of this game. So obviously, had a fiery moment there, but at the end of the day, it was with brothers and family. Just like a moment, I mean, you and your brother kind of argue, but you still love each other, and you kind of go on as life kind of goes on. 10 minutes later, it's kind of definitely been that vibe. Everybody there, man, still loving on each other, still the same team. No rifts, none of that stuff. So I just decided to have another opportunity to come up here and be one another this week.
Being flat's been a conversation. A lot of people talked about that, Andy's talked about it, Pat talked about it. How difficult is it to get emotion when, things aren't going your way, right? Like when they're kind of being effective on offense and your offense isn't going, how hard is it to just become emotional when you're not having success?
Yeah, I think for us it's even bigger than just that part. So when your teammate make a good play, celebrating with them. I think there's a couple plays. We had negative plays on defense, and I think our energy and our excitement was where it needed to be. So there's more of that type of stuff, more so than the other thing. Kind of just us kind of having fun with our teammates, celebrating, doing things that we've always done. And Coach Reed big on showing personalities and let them show. It's kind of just that message. We make good plays, make flash plays, make things get the crowd adjustment. Like everybody gets involved. Love on your teammates, man. Just 11 guys celebrating for you.
Last two, Nick and Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, Nick, you guys have played a lot of big games over the past several years. I just wonder, like, is there a process in which you do use to get amped for a regular season game, knowing how many big playoff games you've played? Do you find it difficult, or is that something that's not much of a challenge for you?
Honestly, I don't think it shouldn't be much challenge for anybody in this profession. Man, we got an opportunity of a lifetime. Play a kids game, get some good money for it, and got your family and fans in the stands. So honestly, just another opportunity to go out there and showcase what you're made of, what your team's made of, what your identity, and like what you've been spending the last 5-6 months. I'm talking about. So I just think energy just was fly a little bit. And it's just especially with the coaches, captains as well, man. Just kind of making sure we change that this week.
Nick, now that you've gotten experience, a flight down to Brazil, it's 12 hours and then almost 12 hours back. How did that change your recovery when you're getting ready for a game and then when you get back from?
Yeah, I think Coach Reed kind of gave us a great schedule. Kind of let's get our feet back on it this a little bit, get some rest. And so I think we had a couple of days off and came back. Now we're rejuvenated, refocused, and I'm trying to get a win this week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks. All those come.
How much did your game change after Xavier went down?
I picked up a little bit more. Just everybody did. Everybody had to step up, move around, did the best we could.
How much does that change? You know, you have a game plan going in and you lose a guy there on like the third play. How much of the, Andy's call sheet just went by the wayside?
I don't think it went by the wayside. I mean, we got guys that, we interchangeable. But X was a big part of the game plan. But like I said, we had to step up. Guys had to move around. I feel like everyone did a good job, but in different spots, in different places that we had to move.
You take us through your deep catch late, Pat's on the scramble. Is that it just part of the game, part of the design, or is that just you being in sync with your quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, he got flushed out of the pocket pretty quickly. I was supposed to come across the field, but seeing a void, I see him kind of looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know how he got a throw up, but that's the type of plays he makes.
Hollywood, whenever you see Patrick do something like that, or run over a defender, or just try to will a drive to score, what does that do to you?
I mean, for us, we see it every day in practice. We always know what type of quarterback we got. We always know, the play's never over. He brings that fire, and we just try to go out there, make plays for him, play hard.
Maybe, the philosophies have changed in football. It used to be quarterback scrambles. Everybody's supposed to come back to him, help him out. I mean, it's a little different with that, or is it different in all the game, but hey, go long because he can still get it to you?
We got different rules depending on your route. So right there is kind of just void space. I think it was fourth down. We were tired. Kind of just drifted back. He made a play.
With you guys facing the Eagles so quickly from the Super Bowl, is there much that you see different from what the Eagles presented in week 1, or is it actually better just to focus on how they played you guys last time around?
A little bit of both. I mean, you got a game plan. You don't know, when you get out there, you could be preparing for something and get out there and be totally different. But just game plan, take it, as this week, and go from there.
Hollywood, you're leading the league. You're tied for the league lead in receptions. Great production last week. What did that do for your confidence?
I mean, for me, it did feel like I ain't played football in a long time that first game. So I wasn't too pleased with my performance, but I'll come to work this week and ready to get after this week for sure.
What's it mean to you to be back, be healthy, and be a big part of this offense?
It means a lot to me. Take pride in it. Take pride in the film that I put on the field. Like I said, I wasn't too pleased with my performance, so putting in a lot of work this week.
You had that early drop. What does the mindset have to be after something like that happens?
It was nothing. I just flushed it out of my mind real quick. And when I took my eyes off the ball way too fast, trying to make a play.
Anybody else?
What would a win do for you guys this week?
Win is important. Win every week is important. You always want to go 1-0 in this league. It's hard to get wins in this league. So very important.
But would it be a little something different considering the opponent, considering how the Super Bowl went?
For some people, maybe. I mean, for me, it's week 2 versus the Eagles, and that's how I'm approaching.
Emotion, playing with emotion has been a big topic. Andy said, team's flat. How do you change that?
Just being this, coming out with excitement, coming out ready to go, throwing the first punch. But we didn't do that.
Do you have a theory? Anything you look back on why maybe it wasn't travel? Why it didn't happen? For you down there.
They were just more excited than us. They just they came to bring it. So this week we're gonna come to bring it.
Thanks, everybody. Hey.
Thank you.
Tested. Oh.
What's it like, Herbie?
In the locker room?
Mm-hmm. You see me shaking my head, right?
Week 2, right? It's only week 2.
I noticed you came back early too.
Well, we at least talked to Hollywood. At least I'd like to see.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Page, you're back now.
Yeah, whenever he comes back.
You guys don't get lunch or anything?
No. I know. He always brings his lunch now.
He sucks.
Okay, Sunday.
Yep.
How about you? Thank you very much.
See you. Thanks. Right, hard.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, how about you?
How's it going?
Great.
Good? Yeah. Good.
Is your back okay?
That's the problem. I don't know, how guys do it before. Golf out the scenic shape. The old days. The golf's best, huh? Yeah.